I was an IV drug user on the streets, just hopeless, completely hopeless.
I didn't have a place to live. I just lost my daughter.
I struggled with drug addiction for over 4 decades.
Every time I would go out and use, or it would get worse and worse and worse.
I was running the streets, doing drugs. I was like a hopeless case.
I was like probably at my wit's end of even being alive.
It got to a point where I lost complete control.
Before entering the ABC drug court, my life was a wreck, it was a mess.
ABC Court stands for Assistance in Breaking the Cycle. As a community, we can put individuals in jail and house them, and what we get is drug and alcohol addicted individuals who come out of jail still the same way, and they repeat that cycle, and we see what we call in the legal system the revolving door of justice, where they just come in and out and in and out. We can do that, or we can do something different, and a drug court is something different. With a drug court, a community can take an individual and stop the underlying root causes of why the individual is committing crimes. The reason that they're out committing crimes is they're trying to support their drug habit or their alcohol addiction. So if we can address the root cause of the criminal activity through treatment, through life skills, through helping them get a job and stable housing, they stop committing criminal activity. We are here to help them either get back what they've lost or to get what they've never had before, a real life, a clean and sober life, and all of the things that come along with that.
It was hard in the beginning. There was a lot of little rules that I didn't understand. I couldn't see my family. I had to live at a sober living house, which in the beginning I wasn't happy about it. Looking back on it in retrospect, it was a blessing. They did that so I could work on me.
I was so used to living on the streets where there was a sense of freedom where I did whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, and I needed to understand that all these people were in place and this program was in place to help me.
Well, at first, the only reason why I wanted to join is because I thought I was gonna, get out of jail.
It became apparent to me that everything that they're asking me to do or asked me to do was for my own benefit. In the beginning, I was a little skeptical about it. I'm not gonna lie, because this is the first time I, on my own, went into a program, but it's been good because it puts structure in your life. It makes you see a different side of life that maybe you have a hard time seeing right now.
I took the program partially to get right, but partially to get out of jail. I'm glad I took it, because that 50% that was to get right turned into 100% now. My life is completely different. I own my own business now. I have my kids back in my life. I'm talking to my parents.
I've learned that being honest with myself is a huge thing, and that everything that I do now is just on a positive level, and it's helping me and everybody else around me.
I just told myself if I have an opportunity to try to get sober and to get out of jail, that was my biggest incentive, then I'll do it. I think a lot of my peers had that as well.
My life was miserable. I had lost everything. I had lost trust. I had lost my dignity. I've been through more than 4 drug programs before I came to ABC Court, to no avail. I am really grateful for this program. It has really opened my eyes and helped me start walking again.
I've learned how to be a productive citizen. I've learned how to work again. I've learned how to live my life soberly. I've learned how to be a mom and how to love myself. It's pretty awesome. It's a pretty awesome feeling. Like, once you start doing it, it's easier. It gets easier. My sponsor, then the girls at the house, like, some of them I'm really close with. They're like sisters now. So it's like they've seen me cry, they've seen me laugh, they've seen me go up, they've seen me go down. So it's pretty nice to have that foundation. Because I don't have family, so it's like they're my family.
I've been totally sober now for, I think, 20 months. It took me a little longer than some of the guys, but it's been a blessing, and, it's really helped me out.
In the ABC Court program, I have learned to be independent, having coping skills to not use, to understand that there's other ways to get help It has changed my life. And I have a daughter, so it's changed hers as well.
It gave me a chance, it really did. It was that kickstart I needed in order to see my true potential in life, you know?
ABC Court has changed my life. I have a steady job, and I've been working there for 13 months now. And with my kids, I have them on the weekends, and it's, you know, I can be there for them on birthdays and holidays, which I wasn't there before.
I now know it's a thinking thing. It's not a drug or alcohol thing. I have a thinking problem. And I couldn't get past that for the longest time. But now I really truly understand that once I'm armed with the facts about myself, I'm able to properly see through the distractions that I bring up for myself. And the things I've learned in the drug court program are time management, accountability, being able to have structure, which is something that I never thought I would have. So I hold those things close to my heart today.
I learned how to be accountable for my timing. I learned time management. I've learned how to build relationships, maintain relationships, instead of just burning bridges and just getting over on people. It's also taught me how to be a father, be accountable to my kids.
Through counseling that was put in place for me, I was able to address some of the issues, like my father's suicide and things like that nature. Things from childhood even, you know, through one-on-one counseling, I've been able to address some of those issues. I've been sober for 14 months. My life is better than it's ever been. And I would recommend it to anybody who is struggling with drugs like I was.
What I learned through the ABC Drug Court program was a structured way of living that I could continue doing on a daily basis to guide me in sober living, because I had lost my way of life. I was so used to a lifestyle of chaos and drug use, and this set me on track for something that I can continue doing after the program. So it set my foundation in recovery.
I've been in the ABC Court for almost a year now. I'm doing great. I met a lot of nice people in the program that are supporting my sobriety. It's a real good program, and anyone considering to take the program, I would say just do it, because it's worth it. It's definitely, give it a chance.
Give it a shot if you're tired of being sick and tired, and if you want to work on thought process and things that better your life, I would definitely say this is the program to try out.
I would say to anybody who's thinking about joining this program is, for one, give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance, and a real chance, and become open-minded. Once you become open-minded, you'll be able to listen to and hear something, just something. You don't have to agree with everything you hear, but if you hear something and hear things that can help you, something's gonna click where you're gonna say, well, let me give this a chance. You know what I mean?
Don't just think of it as the easy way to get out of jail. Think of it as something that's really gonna change your life. Because it will. It will. If you want it, it'll happen. But it'll work. Because if it worked for me, it'll work for anybody. And I know that it's amazing. It's amazing to be this far, come this far, because I was not this far 162 days ago.
What has your life gained you at this point? You know, you doing it your way. Maybe you try a different way, you know, because obviously it hasn't worked out. You're sitting here at the mercy of the court. So I would just take it easy, take it day by day, and things will pan out all right.
I know how it is out there. It's hard to leave that life alone, but if you give yourself a chance, this program is really good because it gives you that stability that you don't have on the street. So.
Once you dedicate yourself to the program, you'll be able to see and do everything that you've wanted.
There's no better opportunity in place right now to accept the program wholeheartedly and just do everything that they ask you to do. However uncomfortable it might be at the onset, life is gonna get better if you just follow this program as a way of life.
I think the biggest thing that I've gained through being in the drug court program is just a new life, a new way of living. Just one choice could change your whole life.